Hi everyone, and welcome to Betty's Research Engine. I'm glad that you found your way to this little introduction video. In this video, you will learn how to get started with Betty's Research Engine and how it can help you accelerate your research. My name is Vasily Seibert. I'm a researcher at the Institute for Software and Systems Engineering at the TU Clausthal, and I'm looking forward to guide you through your first steps with Betty's Research Engine. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's get started with the landing page. Most prominent here are probably the logos at the top. Note that these logos are clickable and the links will get you to websites where you can learn more about the Institute, the persona Betty, or the NFDI for Ing. Below the logos, you'll find the search bar. In here, you can either type in your search query directly or click on Extended Search to open a form which will assist you in constructing a valid GitHub search query. Next to the Extended Search, you'll find the search button, which, if you were to click it now, would cause a pop-up notification telling you that you first have to set your GitHub token. Don't worry about that, we'll get to it in a minute. At the center of the landing page, you'll find a bunch of useful hypertexts. In fact, one of them leads you to this video. The other two will get you to our publication, which I encourage you to have a look at, and our GitLab. On the bottom part of the page, near the footer, where you find an acknowledgement to the German Research Foundation, is a single gear symbol. If you click on it, a window will open, in which you can set your tokens. Now, one prerequisite for using Betty's Research Engine is providing a valid GitHub token. This is necessary because the search process starts off by performing a search for software repositories stored on GitHub. For this, it uses the GitHub REST API. Entering your GitHub token might seem a little funky and is never advised to do. However, rest assured, your GitHub token is safely stored in your browser and is only sent to the GitHub API. We do not collect any user data. Literally, we won't even know what you would be searching for. Visit our publication or refer to our GitLab where we published our code if you want to learn more about how Betty's Research Engine functions. If you don't have a GitHub token, you can easily create one. All you need for that is a GitHub account. Please refer to the GitHub documentation for that. We provided you a link right here. As for the other two tokens, the Zenodo token and the Open Citations token, you don't need to set them right away. However, note that you might run into rate limitations down the road. The search algorithm would handle these rate limitations for you by waiting and trying again. However, you would experience them as a search process taking longer. Especially if you plan to use Betty's Research Engine for a sequence of searches, we advise you to set those tokens as well. And that's it. After you set your tokens, you're good to go. Alright, let's get started with your first cascading search. First, I go to the gear symbol at the bottom of the page and I paste in the GitHub token I prepared. After I hit the save button, I get a notification that my token has been saved successfully. Nice. Now I need to type in my search query. For that I choose, let's say, financial time series. Since I'm interested in research-related software repository, I'm going to add a DOI in README qualifier, which basically tells GitHub that I'm only interested in software repositories which contain a DOI string in their READMEs. After hitting the search button, I can see how the search process comes to life. I can observe the amount of software repositories found on GitHub as well as the performed searches on Zenodo, which gives me a good idea about the progress of the search. This will now take a minute. Alright, welcome back. The search process has now finished and now we can start examining our search results. As you can see, the search results are listed in this gray-white table, where you have the names of the repositories in the first column, their citation count on different platforms, as well as the identified programming language of that repository. Click on a specific platform to sort the results according to the citation count on that platform, or click on Total Citations to sort the software repositories according to their accumulated number of citations. If you click on Languages, you'll find a drop-down menu with all the identified programming languages as well as the number of corresponding software repositories. Let's see. Give me all the repositories which were written in C. Nice. Now when I click on a repository name, what we call detailed view opens. In the detailed view we have, of course, the link to the GitHub repository and 3 blue buttons. If I click on Show README, I get to see the repository's README file. If I click on Show Publications, I can see a list with all the publication that cited the software or the paper that is associated with the software repository. If I go to Show Details, I sometimes get additional information about the repository. Like in this example, I get to see the abstract of the associated publication. Now, let's see how we can export our search results. Alright, now, let's see how we can export our search results. If you want to export a single search result, click on the download button next to the repository name. When you click it, you get to choose an export format. I choose BibTeX, because then I can import it directly in my LaTeX list of references. Wonderful. If you want to export all the search results, click on the download button next to the progress bars. This time I'll choose JSON as my preferred export format. This way I can easily import it into my, let's say, Python script and perform my own data processing and analysis. Alright folks, thank you for sticking with me to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any feedback or experiences that you want to share with us, don't be shy, we're looking forward to it. Simply write an email to the provided email address. See you next time.